Imagine, if you can, that tonight you find yourself homeless. You're cold, you're hungry, and you have no idea where you're going to be sleeping tonight. But you do have $12 in your pocket. Ask yourself this question. Would you spend that $12 on washing and drying your clothes? I think the answer is, well, for me anyway, is probably no. We all get up in the morning and we put on clean, fresh clothes. It's a basic human right. We all do it. But it's a basic human right that's denied to the 105,000 people who find themselves homeless in this country. That's 1 in 200 of all Australians find themselves homeless on any night. In October 2014, 2 young Brisbane boys, 19 years of age, Nick Marchesi and my son, Lucas Patchett, decided they wanted to go and wash and dry clothes for the homeless. So they had this old van and they managed to secure 2 commercial washing machines and dryers. And they installed them in the back of the van and went and washed and dried clothes around the parks and the drop-in centres in Brisbane. That old van, affectionately now known as Sudsy, was the beginning. So Nick and Lucas created Orange Sky Laundry.
Now, the one thing about Orange Sky Laundry and about washing in general is that washing takes time. And I want to give you an example of one of our friends that I met in Brisbane, and his name was Grant. For the very first time ever, Grant was able to wash and dry his clothes for free. I met him and we threw his most prized possessions into the back of the washers, closed the door, and we sat down and we had a chat. We chatted for an hour, and in that time, Grant told me, he said, "Alec, you know, I used to be a mechanic." I said, "Oh wow, you know, it's fantastic. I'm terrible with cars." And when we chatted, he said, "Just 3 months ago I was employed, and then some bills came up that I didn't expect and a bit of bad luck, and I find myself homeless." It's a scary reminder for me of how easy it is to become homeless. Grant right now actually is living underneath an overpass in Brisbane. And when we finished his clothes and I gave them back to him, they were washed and dried, he said something to me that I personally will never forget. He said, "Alec, thank you so much for washing my clothes." And I said, "No, don't even worry about it." And he said, "No, seriously, this is the first time that I've had a conversation with someone in 3 days." And it was then that I really realised what the magic of Orange Sky Laundry was. It was the fact that we can restore respect and provide a catalyst for conversation.
Conversation really does have the power to change lives. Sudsy has now been relocated to the Sunshine Coast in semi-retirement due to ailing health. But he does have a young brother named Bubbles on Gold Coast and a very young sister called Kathy right here in Brisbane. In addition to those 3 services throughout Queensland, we have 6 other siblings around the country. In fact, in every mainland capital of Australia. In July, we launched the Orange Sky Laundry service in Tasmania. We go to 66 different locations throughout the country, and we have now 580 absolutely incredible volunteers who provide our service. Every week, there's 5.5 tonnes of washing that's done, and since our commencement 20 months ago, we have had 36,000 hours of positive and genuine conversation.
Now I want to tell you another story, and this is a story about our friend Neville. That's Neville up there on the screen, actually behind one of the clotheslines, just like one of these. Neville has had a really tough life on the streets. He's been assaulted multiple times, once actually to the point of hospitalisation. When we first met Neville, he was really shy. He couldn't talk to someone, and he couldn't even look someone in the eye. 12 months on, Neville has absolutely blossomed. He comes down to the warehouse and is actually an employee of Orange Sky Laundry. And what is really amazing is that for friends just like Neville, if they would come down, screen print every single t-shirt, and really sort out all of our donations, what we're really asking for tonight is we estimate that for $10,000 we can offer the training and employment opportunities for people just like Neville. And $10,000 we can offer 20 and help 20 people. Now, we believe that this is really scalable. We believe that we can help our services in the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast. So $10,000 tonight will help us train and employ 20 people. $20,000 will help us train and employ 40, and potentially $30,000 for every service in Queensland. So we invite you tonight to help friends just like Neville, and really to get a hand up and not a handout.